day? How's life? Treating you good? Are you okay? Are you okay? How's the wife? How's the kids? How's all that? But anyway, morning. I'm gonna join the game late because I'm cool like that. Luckily, I'm on the winning side, so I feel a bit like, I feel cool. I feel real cool. Wow. Okay, I got killed somehow. Have no idea how. Find a topic to talk about. I'd always do this thing at the beginning of a video where I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. So I just chat shit basically for a good 2 minutes, until I find something to talk about. I don't know. I guess I could talk about school, School's awesome. School's a beast, School's a beast. Like it's ultra super duper cool. What's the school? Oh, I thought that was a person. Crap. I don't know, like, school's so fun when you don't have any lessons left. Like, it's so cool, because then you just come to school for funsies. But for some reason, our school's really silly, and they're making us come to school, like, every day, regardless of the fact that our exams are basically over. You know the whole study leave thing that you're supposed to get? No, not at my school. I don't know, man. I guess, it's good, but it's bad, because it's good because you can have more memories with your friends, you get as much time as possible, all that crap. But it's like, I don't want to have to come in like 8:30 every day in full school uniform. That's just gay. That's really gay. Like, I have to come in every day regardless of the fact that most of my exams are over. All I want to do is I only have 3 exams left basically. I have Texto's theory or whatever it's called, maths, which I've already done quite well, and then there's whatchamacallit. What's it called again? What's it called even? I forgot what it's called. It's called photography. Yeah, that lesson. Took me a while to remember it because I've neglected it. We all have that lesson that we pick for options, but then we don't even really put a lot of effort into, which is quite sad actually. Because the only lesson I actually did pick is a lesson I'm not even putting my maximum time into, which is quite sad. Whatever. But I don't know. School sucks. I just said school's a beast. School's a beast that consumes everything and doesn't share. Sharing is not caring for yourself. So I suppose, I don't know. It's a beast that consumes everything, especially if you go to my school. I'm not going to down my school. My school's, it's not horrible. It's like, it's annoying. Like, I don't know, it's annoying. It's not like shit or horrible. Other people have opinions like that, but in fact I partially share that opinion, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's just annoying really. Like all these it's all the little things that add up to a very annoying school, which creates opinions. Oh yes, host in the game when I was talking. How dare you end game when I'm talking, prick. Anyway, I don't know, I think you can go through your entire school career moaning about school and talking about how crap it is and even like bunking school, or you can make the most out of it, make some friends, just make good relationships with teachers and stuff, create relationships with teachers, just hang out, be a cool guy, because school, whether you like it or not, school, like, you are dependent on school for qualifications and all that stuff, which will alter your entire life basically. So yeah. I don't know. So I don't know. I say we should enjoy school because like it's interesting. You see, everyone you see, each generation, you see them all go through like their whole school career. Like for example, like if you're, I don't know, like if you're like 10, you see like your older brother in university. You see your other slightly younger sister who's in secondary school. You see all this stuff, and then it's like, dude, what's up? Like, I don't know, like, because you see them all go through it, and then you see it as like it's nothing really, but they all describe it as hard. We all say it's hard, and it's like every generation, it's like a whole big new thing that it's like it's hard to be in university and stuff. Like, for example, it's actually said that is it Oxford University has the highest suicide rate. That's crazy. There's actual measure of suicide rate. That is how stressful that school is, apparently. That the suicide rate is of such a high quantity, apparently, compared to other universities. Oxford has the highest suicide rate in the world, or at least in England. I'm not going to say in the world. Don't quote me on that. I haven't got irrefutable factual evidence or anything. Thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Actually, you don't have to thumbs up. I don't really give a shit. But anyway, which is very important to be positive and stuff, which is why going with the flow actually is partially being positive, Sometimes passivity is the best method for longevity. I killed myself with my own grenade. That was silly. I don't know. It's just be passive sometimes. That's how you stay cool, If you can just like let things flow sometimes, you stay calm, Calm down, deep breaths, and get yourself dressed instead of running around and putting on your something. Details in the Fabric. That's Jason Mraz featuring James Morrison. Really good song. They both have like really nice voices. They seem to like work together well and stuff, It's just really cool. I don't know. Like they're really cool at that. Like they seem to have voices that can really work together well and everything. So I don't know. Jason Mraz is from the album We Dance. Wait, what's it good? We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things. Yeah, that's it. Really good album, I must say. I know I bought it. Funny enough, I bought it in France. Actually, I bought it in France. What's it? I was on a 3-day trip to France, and I bought it. So like it's I must say it's pretty cool. Like and obviously because of the exchange rate, it was cheaper in France than it would be in England as well, which is the coolest thing. So I don't know. I recommend it. I give it a thumbs up. I give it a thumbs up. I know. What was I saying? Oh yeah, life being easy. Yeah, like like a lot of things you go through life, you will not be able to control, which is the problem for a control freak who feels the need to control everything, because they won't be able to control. For example, you can't control when you're born. You can't control what primary school you go to. You can somewhat control what secondary school you go to. You can control, like you get a bit more ease of control, but especially at the beginning and the end of your life, you'll not be able to control. You can't control when you're born, and you will never be able to control when you're to die. Basically, like I don't know. I suppose we all have a time. We all have this belief that we will have a kind of like schedule of events that all interlock with each other, which creates our world. Basically, like everything that happens to one person will affect 5 people, as you probably would know, and then like those 5 people will affect another 5 people in different ways, and then that's how life progresses. That's how new things happen, new events come about, because basically what happens is like one event happens. Like, for example, some guy gets racist. I don't know, for example, like a white person is racist to a black person. The black person has a bit of a starts to create resentment for all white people, although it's not really justified. Then he starts acting a bit angrily towards all white people. And then what happens is he ends up in some like he ends up being seen as the big racial abuser. And then, I don't know, so a whole bunch of stuff happened. Like, I don't know, he ends up being some racial abuser. He gets into a fight with, I don't know, a white person, and then they do the race card, and then what happens? Because he was actually the main aggressor. The police, he gets arrested by the police, whereas the guy who he's fighting with only gets like a warning and a little watch, and then other people would say, it's because he's black, for example, like they're giving the black guy the worst end of the stick. Although in this case, he was actually doing the worst action, I suppose. But obviously people say because he's black, because it has actually, sadly, has happened sometimes before in the past where, people, just like the first white guy that was racist to this black man, people were been like wrongly treated. I'm not saying that the police are completely wrong on that account today, but I must say, like, if you look into the police force, like, I don't know, it's like the whole thing, like, they seemed a bit paranoid when it comes to like people of like color. It's just like, for example, I was running back. I like it was dark at night. I was wearing dark clothing because I have a lot of dark clothing. I just happen to have a lot of dark clothing, And then what happened is I was running with my friend. Like he had to get home quickly because he's one of those kids. If he doesn't get in quickly, he's going to get beat the crap out. Basically, no, he's gonna get beat up, but he's gonna get like a real shouting at and all that stuff. All that stuff happens. Of course, your parents care about you, right? Nice, double kill. But like, I know parents care about it. Like, so he's running back home, trying to get thing. Like we're both running back home, basically. And then I know because we're both running back home, and it's quite dark, isn't it? Like we're quite dark. We're running down, and then out of nowhere, some police truck comes. I'm like, what's this? And then obviously, you might not have heard of Stop and Search. If you live in UK or London, you probably would have heard of it. Stop and Searching, like to cut down knife crime. They search people for knives. Obviously they would find some knives, but I haven't heard too many cases basically where they actually find knives. It's just like what happens in Stop and Search. They look for people, anyone that looks even minutely suspicious, and they search them and all that stuff, and then they take down details and stuff and all that stuff. And things like I remember he actually said something to me like what happened. Obviously we got stopped. We got stopped there, and then what happened is like I don't know, like they stopped us for some reason. It was crazy. We were just running there, and then they said, "Oh, it looked like you were running away from the police or something." Although we didn't see the police at all. We didn't see the police at all, but like I saw like a bright flashing light. I thought it was just like a car from far away, and then apparently it was the police in a truck for some crazy reason. So we get stopped and searching that stuff, and he said something like, he was kind of apologetic, but it was like he said something about we're looking for, like most of the time we're looking for people around your age, like I think he said something about black people. I know, sadly. He's looking for people like around your age, so I kind of fit the stereotype. I was like a 15-year-old black boy, who lived in Rockingham. I suppose I fit the stereotype, But if you guys met me, I wouldn't be that type of guy who, would carry knives, because that's for insecure people, I suppose, and it's that whole thing, like people get stopped and searched, and it's like people actually get annoyed, obviously, because a lot of people are law-abiding people. And obviously it's really annoying that they get stopped and searched because I don't know, they just looked kind of shady, or they were running home because they didn't want to get beats. I mean, the second time was actually more annoying for me because of why I got stopped and searched, because I was running away because what actually happened, like me and two guys, we were actually running away from these other guys who we're actually running from these other two guys who, like, actually, no, it wasn't even two guys. It was like 6 guys all blacked out on bikes. We were running away from them, and it's like, I know, we got stopped and searched, but nothing happened to them. And they were on the main road. We ran away into like another sub road just to get away from them. We were hiding. We were shook. I'm not gonna lie. And then what happens? We get stopped and searched. Nothing happens to them. They're nowhere to be found. Obviously, like it's that type of stuff is really annoying. Like that actually pissed me off a little bit. Because I'm running away in my own area. I'm running away from these 6 guys all on bikes that I don't know, probably all have weapons. I'm not saying they all have weapons, but possibility. Like, because if you're just hanging about with a batch of 6 people all blacked out and dark, you don't exactly look like a friendly guy, do you? And then what happens is we get stopped and searched. Obviously, nothing happens because none of us have any weapons or anything like that. Obviously, and then we have to try and stay in the main roads just to avoid getting I don't know, what happened. Like with these guys, we have to avoid getting beat up with these guys, which is the most annoying thing in the world. I'm gonna leave the game. It's really annoying. Like you wanna like believe that the police are there to protect you, but it's like you feel that they're constantly trying to prosecute you. And then which is why people lose faith in the police, because they're not exactly looking for the right people. Like the level of paranoia is too high. In a way, basically, the paranoia is good once in a while, but then it gets too high, and then when you're running away from people who could actually, some of them may even belong behind bars for previous crimes, but then you get stopped and searched, nothing happens to them. It's like, where's the justice? Where's the justice in this world? I don't know. But anyway, I've been talking for a really long time, so I guess I shall see you later. Thank you and good night.